right, hello everybody, and welcome to the October 2022 Government Affairs Update. You can tell I am not in the hangar in Nenana tonight. I am actually standing out here at the Fairbanks International Airport by the float pond. The reason why I'm here doing it this way is because here in about 30 minutes I have to head over to the UAF hangar to get ready to do a presentation tonight about tie downs and nuts, knots, and all that kind of stuff. So I apologize for those of you on Facebook for the shaky video. I don't have the mount that I normally use. I went off and left it in Nenana. Apologize for that. So let's go ahead and start with this. I am not inside the hangar wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I'm standing out here in the cold breeze. You can probably see it blowing around a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and run down through the list here and make sure we hit all the high points. So I've got a piece of paper that you can probably hear waving around in the wind and making noise. So again, apologize for that, but I figured this would be better than in the cab of my pickup truck tonight. So a couple things we need to talk about. Well, winter is coming. If you're ready for it or not, it's coming. So the EPA was scheduled to release their endangerment finding on 100 low lead. I have seen a preliminary copy of that, and it is going to be released. We knew this was coming. Not a big surprise. GAMI has come out with their 100 low lead replacement with an STC that covers just about everybody. Excuse me. And so we'll be looking to see what that does for us. Again, apologize for the shaky video there on Facebook, but I forgot my stand for my iPad. So be looking for more details and more information about that endangerment finding. Again, no big surprises there. Nothing that we didn't know was going to happen. It just kind of quickens the pace just a little bit for what happens next with maybe 100 low lead alternatives. I was out flying around yesterday and noticed that the Galena VOR was transmitting again. You may remember that that VOR went offline during the flood 8, 9, maybe 10 years ago now. I can't remember the exact date. But it is in testing mode right now. Flight Check was out flying around yesterday doing some testing, and I did my own testing as I was flying around in the interior listening to the Galena VOR, and it's working. It is still NOTAMed out of service, but I think the FAA is going to keep their word and get that online here before we get too deep into winter. So that's encouraging news to have that VOR back up and running. So something else that's happened. The FAA has changed where publications can be found online. You may have been familiar with the old system. There is now a new system. The Dynamic Regulatory System is what it's called, DRS. And that's where all the advisory circulars are, all the ADs, all kinds of publications and documents from the FAA that are available to the public. They are now in one place. And so go to drs.faa.gov. That's Delta Romeo Sierra.faa.gov, Dynamic Regulatory System. You're a one-stop shop, apparently, for all FAA publications. Speaking of publications, you probably have already noticed, and I talked about this a little bit last month, but there's new T routes on the charts, and kind of curious to know what you think about those. We could talk more details about that at some point in time. This is a step forward. This is not perfect, but it is a much better step forward for being able to fly lower levels in the IFR environment with GPS. Still expecting the R2206 expanded surface area and altitude structure to be charted permanently in the December charting cycle. So be looking for that. That replaces the TFR that's been in place for over a year now. That is going to be permanently charted as a restricted area. Anchorage Airspace Study. No new updates on that specifically, other than just to say it is still in progress. We are still working with the FAA, finding out all the details, and I'll let you know more about that as the time comes, but it is still in the works. There's a pilot report study that will be coming out pretty soon. And if you'd like to participate in that, let me know, especially if you are in the interior. There's going to be some pretty cool opportunities to participate in some, well, groundbreaking research, let's just put it that way, in gathering and disseminating pilot reports. So if you want to know more about that, reach out to me and I can tell you more. It's getting a little chilly standing out here, I'm not going to lie to you. Definitely used to summer. Summer's over, folks. Here in Fairbanks, it's hanging around 35 degrees or so. The breeze blowing off the float pond got a little bit of a nip to it. So I want to quickly tell you that we have a new regional administrator for the FAA Alaskan region. Michael O'Hare is his name. Formerly with FEMA, he was a regional administrator for the Western region. Worked with Homeland Security and Emergency Management for the state of Alaska, and most recently came from the Alaska Housing Finance Corporation, but is now the FAA Alaskan Regional Manager. So it's a great guy. I have several meetings with him already. Looking forward to being able to meet him face to face at some point, but I think we've got a good person in that job after several months of having temporary folks on assignment there who are doing an excellent job, but it's nice to have somebody permanent. Yeah, a couple more things here. Just a reminder that raffle tickets for the raffle plane for the Alaska Airmen's Association go on sale next week. Going to be new and different this year, with ticket sales going to be online. You'll be able to buy tickets online this year and process all that stuff online at any time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So look for more details about that as it comes live next week. And the only other thing I had on my list, it is gear change season. And as I'm standing here at the float pond, my left hand getting really tired and cold holding this stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and switch hands. This is the perfect opportunity for you to go through your survival gear and make sure that that you have updated it for the change of season. Make sure things that have not expired or gone bad that you carry in there, and this is a good time to go through and review that. I go through and lay everything out on the table, go through all of it, restock, resupply, repack. This is a perfect time to do that. So yeah, Jeff, I see your message there. I'll be glad to get you some more details about that. And with that, I'm going to shut it down kind of early. It's kind of a short time for you this month, but as I'm standing here in Fairbanks, getting ready to go to the Fairbanks General Aviation Association meeting tonight and give a presentation about tie downs and the proper use of ropes and not to use straps and all the things that we'll be talking about there. So if you're in the Fairbanks area, I encourage you to head right across the airport over here to the UAF maintenance facility and school over there, and we'll be doing a presentation there. Several presentations actually, starting at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6:30, and I was supposed to be there at 6 o'clock to help get set up, but I wanted to make sure that we didn't miss our appointment this month. So with that, I'll go ahead and sign off and say goodnight, as again, pretty cool standing out here at the Fairbanks Airport. Airplanes taking off and coming and going. So we'll do this again next month, folks. Talk to you later.